welcome to the Cattail Creek Insider. We welcome our guest, Andy Wilson. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate being here.
Well, Mr. Wilson, when did you first join Cattail Creek?
So we moved out here in June of 2002. The first thing my wife said to me is we're not basically going to join Cattail Creek because obviously we had just bought a much bigger house than we were in, and unfortunately they had a special going on that you didn't have to pay the initiation, you just had to pay your dues. So by the next day we were in here eating. She was not too happy about that, but we've loved it ever since. It's just been a very special place for us.
And I understand you've been a past president of the club. Can you tell me a little bit about your involvement with that? And
yeah, 9 years on the board. Basically went through the whole process of being on the executive committee and being a treasurer, then a vice president, president, past president, all those kind of things. From a timing perspective, it wasn't a great time to be president because it was like 2009 and 10, right when we kind of went through. Put it this way, I would have rather had the pandemic probably back then, where golf has been and clubs themselves have obviously been enriched a lot after that whole series incident. But yeah, it was a tough time to run the club, but we have incredible members here and very lucky to be a part of it.
So we are sitting in our new space, our new bar that we just opened up last week, and it really is a testament of how far Cattail has come. And can you talk a little bit about that since your presidency and how much you've seen Cattail grow even in the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here 24 years, and I can talk to the people that have been here since 1993, and they were in trailers. So when you have a space like this, I had a chance to have dinner over the weekend here, and it's just a great vibe and something special. And it's great that Cattail continues to just get a little bit better every year, and I think that's what the board and the members strive for, right? It's trying to make this place a little more special for everybody that's a member here. So it's awesome.
2 Saturdays ago, we had our Nobody Better tournament where they awarded the scholarships. For me, the first time seeing that, it was truly special, and seeing all the staff and multiple time recipients who have come back. Can you tell me a little bit about how that started and kind of the genesis of the Spencer Wilson Scholarship?
Yeah, so unfortunately, when Spence passed away, we wanted to do something special for him, and we thought about doing some sort of charity, and lucky enough to think about who could we benefit the most that would make sense. And Spence was just a fixture, I think, here at Cattail. He was just out here all the time. So to be able to help the employees, because Spence was one of those kids that, he really enjoyed talking to the employees, and he became an employee of a country club himself by being in the PGA. So
and he went through a PGA program. What school did he go to?
He went to Coastal Carolina, and so at that time he was at Lake Toxaway. He had just basically come back from an interview in Hilton Head when he got in his car accident. So again, he loved the business, just loved it, and so to be able to help the people here, it just made so much sense for us. We didn't know how it was going to turn out, but the members of Cattail obviously super supportive from that perspective. Melissa and I wanted to make sure we put our effort into it to try and make it something special from that perspective. And in the last 5 years, it's amazing how it's bloomed, and to see especially some of the co-workers and how they benefited. It's just been awesome.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how has the scholarship grown? How long has the scholarship been going now? And I mean, I know just 2 weeks ago we gave out $175,000 in scholarships, the most we've ever given out, which is truly amazing. But can you tell a little bit about that growth?
Yeah, I mean, the first year I think we gave out $35,000, right? And there were 6 kids, and there was 9 applicants. that applied. We had 46 applicants, which, when you're doing 2 essays and a video, and our membership committee who reviews all that stuff it was hard work to figure out who was getting all that. But yeah, so 36 people were able to get that, and now we've given out well over $650,000 just to Cattail employees, and we've also just started this at Tallis Park last year. We have 2 separate accounts. One is 100% for Cattail, one's 100% for Tallis. So that way, if members basically contribute, their bucket goes to where they are positioned.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how do you see this scholarship growing? Is it going to grow outside of Cattail? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to just try and keep it. It's a lot of work, and I think for me, just trying to keep it within Cattail or within Tallis Park is enough. I don't see myself going anywhere anytime soon. Connor has gotten involved, my 22-year-old son, so I think he's really enjoyed it. So it's one of those things that could be a very long time legacy, hopefully, where we're building up a bundle of money that can be used over a long period of time, because I do think having employees that continuously work here for 2, 3, 4, 5 years as they're going through college or high school and see the benefit of getting this added money, it's a reason for them to keep coming back, right? So, and that's, I was shocked by how many kids now apply for it versus in the first year. So, and I know you've mentioned too, I think that it's helped you from a recruiting perspective.
Well, it's definitely something I highlight when I recruit, and it's something that eyes light up for students. We went to our Club Managers Association World Conference where we recruited Kayla, our intern, and that was a big part of her of the pitch that she thought was a good benefit here. But I went to Howard County Community College. I went to Mount Hebron's high school's community job fairs, and I brought the flyer, and that was something that they were very interested. Nuella was one of the scholarship winners who came from the
right.
Howard County community, the job fair, and actually one of her friends who instead took an internship instead of coming here for the summer, now just reached out to work here in the fall, and because of Nuella just said she had a great summer here and won the scholarship. I think that probably had a little bit to do with it too. Yeah. But that's what we're looking for, and it's been a great benefit on that sense. But
yeah, we've been lucky. Like I've been able to keep in touch with a number of our past employees and scholarship winners. Grace McCarthy was a 3-time winner. I'm pretty sure she's now a kindergarten teacher over at GCS. She was somebody that would basically be sitting at the, when we had the turn at number 2 or number 8, she'd be there knitting a scarf or a sweater, or she was the sweetest young lady ever. And Grace, just a great employee too.
And Grace actually has worked here just a few times this summer. Just picked up a couple. So she's picked up a couple shifts, just worked some events. But yeah, I think she loves Cattail, and I think, having that positive impact through the scholarship and just overall, is a great benefit. But yeah, I know. She loves being back here, even if it's just a couple days here and there in the summer. But yeah, she goes back to school in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, awesome. So it's to see some of those kids and how well they've done. We've had a lot of nurses for some reason. That's just been an area where they've worked here and gone on to nursing, and to be able to help them with that money, has been special. And it's definitely the kids that work here, a lot of them have a need. They're not just coming from a rich family working at a country club, right? They need the benefit of not having to go out and get a lot of loans if possible, and start off their careers, hopefully not in debt. So it's been great for us to. I know Melissa and I feel blessed that we've been lucky enough to help in that situation. But again, we want to reemphasize it is truly the members of Cattail, because it's. I'll give you Bob Henley as a good example. Bob Henley every year buys the biggest auction item there is, right? 15,000 this year. It was 25,000. He does it every year. So people like that just consistently help out and really believe in the movement is awesome. And there's other people that give $200 every year, and that's just as great, right? It's the fact that they're thinking about it, they care about it, and they care about the employees, and that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. And I know part of the scholarship, doesn't it guarantee East Carolina's PGA student?
Yeah, Coastal Carolina. So where Spence went. So basically, we guarantee a $2,500 scholarship if somebody comes from Coastal. And the benefit really was just because of Spence going to Coastal. It allowed Chris and Aiden obviously is from Coastal, a chance to recruit from there. And if these kids know they're going to get an automatic $2,500 bonus, you're going to typically get some of the better kids from there. And we've gotten some great kids from there. We've been very lucky over the last couple of years in doing that. So so that's worked out well.
And it doesn't just touch food and beverage, golf, but even on our grounds team, I think one of our biggest scholarships this year was given to our maintenance technician.
Actually there was two. So Caden also got a $15,000 scholarship, but Gianni Sperduto, who got a $15,000 scholarship. Here's a 22-year-old kid who's worked here for a number of years, who's now the head mechanic because our head mechanic left. Who's basically going to University of Maryland part-time to try and be an engineer, right? And talk about a need. He definitely needs the money. And just a great kid. Works hard, very smart. Every year, in the last 2 years, he's gotten the biggest award. And when you look at his videos and you look at his essays, and my son Connor goes through in detail everybody's essays to make sure they haven't gone through, AI and just done it that way. So it's original thoughts, original ideas. He's done a phenomenal job. So it's just impressive that somebody like him is who needs the help. Is as smart as he is, and at such an early age, and is just a good worker. So it's been a benefit for us, a blessing really for us to be able to help him.
Well, that's great, and we're just going to wrap it up here at the Cattail Insider with the final question. What is your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich actually is a meatball sandwich, and my wife, who is Italian, or part Italian, but she grew up with her grandmother in a basement with a kitchen, so very Italian. And when she makes her homemade meatballs, and we get the kind of rolls that we get and make a meatball sub, it's the best. So that's my favorite.
That sounds great. Is it a meatball sub, like a meatball parm?
No, it's a meatball parm. Yeah, gotta have the cheese on it,
yeah.
The whole works. So
I love a good meatball parm. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Wilson. This was a really great interview, and really we thank you. I mean, not just the staff, but I think the members really thank you and Mrs. Wilson for what you do for the club and with the scholarship, but also your past presidency during the hard times. And I'm really excited about Cattail's future. And thank you again so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.